Ho ho ho! Merry Clickmas! This week we've got the whole crew celebrating virtually as we look at some merry mixed reality, traditional tabla playing, and some festive flying.
Ah, there you are. Come on in. Welcome to Clickmas 2020. I hope you're doing okay. All a bit different this year, isn't it? Normally we'd be getting together around the table, having a laugh, cheering, having a good time. Well, pretending to have a good time. Filming a Clickmas party is the most stressful thing in the world. But just because we can't all be together doesn't mean we can't all be together. Hello, everyone. Hey. Look at you all. It's the fam. Chris, loving the jumper. Candles are a go at Jen's place. LJ, that must be a musical rainbow, I'm guessing. Omar, Christmas Furby, I see. And Paul with his Christmas duck, of course, the well-known symbol of the festive season.
Oh, the duck is brilliant. And Spencer, your house looks so festive. You have totally outdone me with your decorations once again.
Thank you. Not
to mention the outfit. Amazing. How is your Clickmas going so far?
Costly on the electricity front, I have to say. But guys, I'm really missing you. I really just want to get in the same room with you again. Just want to do that.
Oh, it's been a tough old year, but we are so grateful that we have stayed on your screens. And today, at least we can have a get-together, albeit 2020 style, for the last show of this year.
Yeah, that's right. And for this show, we've been able to go out and about filming just a little bit. And if Santa had asked me, what would I like to do for Christmas? If I could do anything at all, what would I say? I'd say, I want to be like you, big guy, and fly. Well, it's pretty early in the morning. I've been told to meet my driving instructor Richard here. And he's told me I need to wear these. Don't know why. Yeah, so it turns out Richard's not in a Fiat Panda then. He's arriving at Goodwood Speed Week in style as the chief test pilot of Gravity Industries, a startup that believes they've finally nailed the jetpack.
I hatched this idea in 2016 of could you reinvent flight by just adding the minimalist amount of equipment and using your brain and your body to fly in a very unusual way. No logical reason, that was just an interesting idea, I thought.
So I'm going to have a go in this.
Mm-hmm.
Any tips?
Actually, it's like watching a child learn to ride a bike, because if you described a bicycle to somebody who'd never seen one, it sounds very clever and complicated and difficult to learn. But our experience is when you let the inner balance brain take over, then it's remarkable how well that collaboration between machine and human works. And this is the same. Right, so what we're going to do is put the harness on. That will do a good job of kind of connecting you to the suit as best as possible. If you stress and overthink it, it's really hard. Walking and standing up is much more complicated than learning to fly this. So just relax into it and enjoy it.
The jet suit is pretty daunting, and although it is also pretty heavy, there's not that much to it. 2 turbines on each arm and one at the back, and well, that's it.
Right, so if you look in the end, see the trigger? You just get used to the pull of it.
I see, yeah.
That's the throttle. So when you're up there, when you squeeze it, and you can feel the engines gradually ramp up. This finger will actually nudge the power up, and that will nudge the power down. A couple of nudges, each nudge gives you a couple of kilos more thrust. So the idea is that you're learning about lateral stability and rotation, but it'll still shove you around a bit. But once you get your weight over the top of it, you'll notice it's really not very much.
Right. I mean, it's really scary because I can feel the power and I can feel the heat all around me.
The diesel fuel lasts for up to 10 minutes. All of which for me will be spent at most a few centimetres off the ground.
the hell just happened?
That was honestly really good.
That was incredible. That's I don't know whether that's adrenaline or just sheer terror or excitement or what, but
The main application, Richard thinks, is in entertainment. Imagine seeing jetpack races across lakes, for example. But in September 2020, Richard joined the Great North Air Ambulance Service to show how paramedics might quickly get to casualties in the rough terrain of the Lake District.
The Great North Air Ambulance reached out and said that there appears, according to their analysis, to be a large cluster of cases where if they could move very quickly out of a vehicle with this, that would work. And so we went up and tested it, and the headline result was I got to the casualty in 90 seconds when it took 25 minutes to walk there.
Hardly surprising, since Richard broke the Guinness World Record for fastest speed in a body-controlled jet engine power suit twice. They're noisy, impractical and expensive, but jetpacks are now real, which is a good enough Christmas present for this little fanboy.
Okay, Sven, I have a question. How long is it going to be before you're jetpacking around the place like Jetpack Richard?
let's try never. Seriously, you need really good core strength and really strong arms as well to stop the jets from throwing you around like this. I tell you what though, Richard gave me 2 challenge coins for being a good learner and getting just slightly off the ground, so that's something.
Oh, Spencer, that's brilliant. Now I have something else exciting for you. A present is about to arrive. Now?
Goodness me. How wonderful. Oh my goodness. Is this... It's not a TV studio in a box, is it?
It is. I hope you like it. It should help you be able to make a TV show from home.
That's a ludicrous idea. We'd never pull it off. Look though, it's got a light and it's got a green screen. If you're not familiar with green screens on TV, what we do is we get the green and we replace it with anything we want. Maybe, I don't know, a cat.
Well, I'm sure you're going to find something very useful to do with it. I've actually been using some of the kit over the past few weeks to make Click. I did have to actually put it to the test. I've also been trying some other tech that should help us make better social media videos. Unless you're an actual professional influencer, then the chances are that any photos and videos you put up on social media are quick self-shoots after a few takes of checking your hair looks all right. But I'm not averse to upping my Instagram game, so I'm testing a few simple things that could make a big difference. This set I gave Spencer for Christmas is a sign of the times. A kit for children, or anyone, so they can mimic their favourite YouTube stars. But it is a cheap and cheerful way of covering the basics. And this phone grip attaches to the middle of the ring light. When you film through the middle, it produces, hopefully, flattering lighting. And you can also change between daytime whites and warmer tones. Of course it's not the quality of professional kit, but considering the price, I can't really expect the earth. And I've been testing the light as part of my Click home setup. It worked well, it just could do with being a bit taller. Right now it's the right height for a 2-year-old, but I think you've got to be at least 5 to be dreaming of being a YouTuber. It also comes with a green screen that you just need to attach to something. An app like ChromaVid here can help you edit video to create the illusion that you're anywhere. It could be on a beach or doing a weather forecast. Clear skies for most of us, but a little bit of cloud cover coming later. For a full convincing effect though, you do need to make sure that the screen is evenly lit. The Green Screener app will highlight any hotspots or creases so you can fix them before you film. Lighting can make a real difference, and these colour-changing lights can run through the colours of the rainbow, or you can set them to just one. They can help add a spot of creativity to what you're doing.
Well, things have come a long way since the selfie stick. These days, they often double up as something else as well, like a tripod, or in this case, a gimbal to stabilise your shots. This is the Zhiyun Smooth X. You just clip it to your phone, and whether you're taking a selfie or filming some fast-paced action, it'll always keep your shots nice and steady.
If you want to get a bit more fancy and show your full surroundings, you could try a 360 camera. This camera by Insta360 comes with an invisible selfie stick. It disappears from your shot, letting you create drone-style footage without a drone. And here's a tip that can make your videos more engaging and accessible. The free Apple Clips app can automatically subtitle your video as you record it. There are similar apps available for Android too, like AutoCap, although sometimes you have to really enunciate those words for it to understand. Now you have all the ingredients you need to just let your creativity run wild. Oh, I should never have given Spencer that green screen. What is he doing?
I'm doing everything, Lara, and I shall be doing it for the whole of 2021. Thank you so much. What a great present.
Pleasure.
Anyway, what's that you got there, Jen? That looks divine.
Well, thanks, Ben. It's just a traditional Clickmas dinner. It's made mostly from vegetables because I'm a vegetarian.
They wouldn't happen to be vegetables from the sewerage-powered greenhouse that you went to earlier this year, would they?
Well, Chris, it's funny that you ask. No, the harvest there isn't actually ready yet, but I did go back to see how they're getting on. 5 months on, and a lot has changed at the greenhouse sites in Bury St Edmunds and Norfolk. Last time, we heard about plans for using waste heat from a nearby water treatment plant to warm the greenhouses. Now the pipes are in place and water is being diverted. Now this is called a wet well, and it was purpose-built for this greenhouse project here in Norwich. It's diverting water from the treatment plant into this heat exchange building. So this is the heat exchanger building, and there's 2 types of pipes in here. The silver pipe is taking the effluent, so the clean water from the treatment plant. It's putting it into these heat exchangers, and from the heat exchanger, the heat is taken off, put into these red pipes, which then pump it 2.5 kilometers down to the greenhouse.
We're here at Norwich at the greenhouse. It's 94,000 square meters, and they just hang in the grow gutters. We are providing the climate computer that is controlling the roof ventilation, the screening, the heating, the CO2, the evaporators, but also the irrigation.
Each plant grows out of these gutters and will be 13 to 15 meters long, trained along the wires. These wires stretch up to the roof. It's designed for high wire crops like cucumbers, tomatoes, and peppers. So how long does it take to grow a cucumber, and is it difficult?
It takes about 18 days. It is difficult. There's a whole plethora of different actions that need to be taken at the correct time, and it depends on the amount of sunlight as well. It depends on the quality of the water. Everything has to be done correctly. Once you get to your 18 days, it's just thereafter another 18 days, another cucumber. To the extent you're getting about 200 cucumbers every square metre.
In this one greenhouse, 16 to 18 million cucumbers will be grown every year. That's about 3 to 4% of the UK's annual consumption. And robots can also be deployed here. These heated rails will warm the plants, but can also hold the machines. So how might different robots work together in this greenhouse to produce more crops?
A robot might go down each and every row, collect data from every single plant, and then determine send that data back to a computer, which would then determine how best to where different pesticides are required or what fertilizers are needed where. And that granularity of data is something that a robot could fundamentally change the way a greenhouse operates.
That data would be transmitted to this irrigation room where the specific fertilizer recipes are made. This is where the fertilizers get mixed. All the water running through the greenhouse is pumped through this irrigation room and sterilized with UV lamps. This includes rainwater recycled from the roof.
Oh, Jen, that was fascinating. Thanks for that.
Yes, and we'll be back in the spring to see everything growing. It's a gift that just keeps on giving.
Ah, brill. Well, talking of gifts, who wants to give us a gift next? Who's up?
Oh, go on, I'll jump in next. I've got a present, except my present is a gift for all of you, not just one of you.
Thanks, Paul.
Sweet. What is it?
I'm actually going to be the ghost of Christmas past and take us all back to the 1950s, specifically to a jazz club in Vancouver called the Palomar. Now, it was actually demolished in 1955, but thanks to the magic of live motion capture and an incredible singer called Jill Barber and her band, she's recreated it for one Christmas only. So grab a drink, sit back, and let's go back in time.
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
That was Jill Barber and the Phantom Jazz Band. And after the performance, I managed to catch up with her at the bar.
So Jill, just to start with, can you tell us a little bit about where we both are?
Sure. Well, you and I are sitting at the Palomar Supper Club, which is a club that was demolished in 1955. Well, how are we doing that? I am actually sitting in front of a green screen in a film studio in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And you are 7,600 kilometers away at a studio at the BBC in London. But through the magic of cross-reality technology, we can be here together at the Palomar.
Showcap, the company behind the performance, created this virtual venue using the Unreal Engine, a platform created for gaming. With the performers in motion capture suits shot against a green screen, they could be transported to the 50s while maintaining their intricate human movements.
I quit pretending. I made up my mind.
Historically, motion capture and virtual production techniques have been used in the creation of blockbuster films, in big budget video games, but with cinematic quality computer graphics that can be rendered in real time, we're starting to really sort of explore the use of these things in live performance.
Jill's first virtual Palomar concert was broadcast online in November, but unlike many other performances we've all watched over the last year, for me, something about this really stands out.
It's more than just you performing in a space. You've created a backstory and a feeling around it. So, tell me a little bit about how that came about, and for example, why the Palomar?
The Palomar also has this incredible history of hosting the likes of Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong and the Mills Brothers, Billie Holiday. And I thought, well, how cool to continue that legacy and perform on the same stage that those artists graced back in the day.
Whoa, hang on.
It looks like my gift has arrived just in time.
Wow, a present. This is so exciting.
Yeah.
I wonder what it could be. Thanks, Omar.
That's all right. I got you an electronic tabla because I know you love your music, you love your tech. And
do you know how difficult it could be to make something like this? There's a reason that people don't... I'm sorry, I've got to try it out. Thank you so much. Right, I've got work to do. This is an electronic version of tabla, a hand drum set from the Indian subcontinent, but the electric one is the only one of its kind in the world. This one has sensors underneath here, 3D printed controls, and it's pressure sensitive. And who better to help me learn than the inventor behind the device, Kuljit Bamra.
it's lovely to meet you.
Yay, hello.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm really excited to learn.
But I also know the best way to learn is on a real instrument.
Let's do a quick lesson on these and I'll show you how to play a simple rhythm on them.
1,000 times yes.
Yes.
It's so satisfying.
The gentler you hit it, the more you get out of it. It's like a breath. Go whoop, ping ping. Go whoop, ping ping. Hit the cut.
Go whoop, ping,
Up, ping ping.
down, up, 1, 1.
That's incredible. You've actually learnt a rhythm and played it really well. Maybe we should move to the electronic version. I would wager a bit of money that you could play that exactly the same.
There we go.
That's it.
This is amazing. The amount of work that would have gone into creating a machine that can just do that, I'm just astounded. It depends on how much surface area your finger is hitting.
They will measure geography about exactly where your fingers are, plus the amount of pressure that you're applying.
No wonder it took 5 years to make.
So what drove you to create an electronic version?
The traditional tabla is really bulky and heavy. It goes out of tune. These black spots in the middle are very fragile. And then the other reason, which I think is more important to me, is the attitude to tabla. So I really wanted to open up the sounds of tabla to the rest of the world, and there's no reason why these beautiful sounds can't appear more in pop music and classical music.
Headbanger. In fact, you may now recognise the sounds in this Missy Elliott track. Cooljet aims to make these to order for around £1,200 a piece, around 4 times the cost of a traditional tabla.
Cooljet, that was absolutely brilliant. Thanks so much for your time.
I'm literally going to be sitting in front of the telly practicing this.
Let's meet up and do some more playing.
Yeah, let's definitely do that.
See you soon.
You. Bye.
That is so brilliant. That is just brilliant. But I'm afraid that's it for our special Clickmas special. Hopefully back to normal next year. Now, normally the show that follows Clickmas is a look back at our last 12 months. But who here really wants to look back at 2020? Yeah, thought so. So instead, we're going to bring you a special live show where we look back at the past 20 years of Click.
That's right. Until then, though, you can find us on social media on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at BBC Click. Spencer, are you okay?
Yeah, I am. I'm just taking it all in, really. I mean, this truly has been a special day. We didn't think that we'd be able to do it, but hey, we posted the gifts to each other. We got everyone together. Oh, when I say everyone, I mean everyone.
It's been a challenging year for us all, but we have done our best to bring you your weekly dose of Click.
And everyone on the team just wanted to be here to say thank you. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for being part of our Click family. So until next time, it's goodbye and Merry Clickmas!
Merry Clickmas!
Merry Clickmas!
So hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry down the chimney tonight. Hurry down the chimney tonight.